Okay,
I feel like I'm curled up all the way. Like,
then sit up.
I can't.
Have
My
posture.
feet don't. Look. If I sit like this, I look like a child.
Hi, I'm Caitlin.
That's how you introduce.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'm Caitlin. I'm 25 now, and my last name is Young. Hi, I'm Caitlin, and this is
Charles, and we're the Youngs. We're still not sure exactly what this YouTube channel will be, and we're trying to figure out as we go, but we thought there's no better way to get started than to just get started.
Yeah, so basically 2 years ago we were pregnant with twins and we were so excited, and then we unexpectedly had them when I was only 23 weeks pregnant.
So for those of you who probably, there's a lot of you that don't understand how early that is, but babies are supposed to go to 40 weeks before they're born, so being born at 23 weeks, as you can imagine, is a pretty extreme circumstance.
You don't know about this life until you're living it, so we want to give you guys an opportunity to really look at what life is like with a disability. When the twins were born, the doctor took Charles aside and told him that the chances of them surviving were very low. They had an 8% chance of surviving and living a normal life, and they had an 11% chance of surviving and living with a disability. We have our daughter Eleanor, who is normal or typical or
Whatever word
regular.
you want to use for it.
And then we have our son,
Rex. He's been diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and he has cortical visual impairment, and he's got some feeding issues and some other things that all stemmed from a brain bleed that he had just days after he was born. Our whole lives got flipped upside down,
and we lived in a Ronald McDonald house.
Trying to figure out
if we were going to keep our kids or if they were going to pass away. We got to come home 4 months later, which is a miracle, and now we're just navigating the rest of life, because I think that people often think that once your child comes home from the NICU and they are growing and breathing, that they are okay.
One thing we hear all the time that's just kind of makes me laugh is when we're explaining to people about Rex and Eleanor's story and kind of what we've gone through as a family in the last 2 years. They all say, so they're fine now, or how are they doing now? And it's kind of a really hard question to answer, and in a lot of ways we're all doing fine now, and it's become our new normal, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. We don't want to sit here and have a video about us complaining about how hard our life is. That's not the intent of this. I know everyone has different challenges, and this just happens to be
and different things
challenge.
that are hard.
So he has a G tube. We feed him through a tube that's a port into his stomach. His feeding tube and his cerebral palsy just makes it so people a lot of time want to stare because it's different from what they're probably used to.
I have definitely experienced people staring at us, and our little boy is only 2, whenever we're out and about, all 4 of us together, and we're hauling a walker or we're tube feeding our child in public, we definitely get some looks.
We're gonna try to break down that wall, and so that people don't feel like they're not allowed to be interested, because it's interesting. And
Yeah.
hopefully that'll
And our goal is to raise a kid who's confident.
help Rex to understand that he is different, but that different isn't always a bad thing.
Yeah. That he can do what he wants to do with his life, and that he has a lot of value. And that he can teach other people a lot of things. I'd never want people to be afraid of asking us questions or afraid of asking him questions about himself.
And we're not easily offended. I think a lot of people,
Nope.
when they haven't been close to someone that's going through a similar type of situation, they don't really know how to ask the questions they want to ask, and they feel like maybe it'll come off as offensive. And you know, when people are being sincere and sincerely interested in what's going on, it doesn't matter how you ask the question. It's just about trying to understand.
Where are you coming from?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're done. Okay. All right. Bye. Can I just practice our high five? Okay, ready, go.
That was a good one.
Ready, go. Ready, go.
You know, look, you gotta go like up and over. You're going like this.
Okay. Ready, go.
See, that's way better.
Okay, ready, go.
It's not that funny.
It's kind of funny.
Come on.
Okay.